Over the past 6 weeks, we all have been waiting on the future of Semanhyia farms and what is happening in Sasi with our farm. We've tried our best to bring you as much updates as and when we get them. And I think the last update I shared with you concerning this particular issue was after we met with the MCE and its delegates, with delegates from Nananum as well, to deliberate on the issue, where we were promised that Nananum will get back to us on their decision on this. It's been 3 weeks now, and I know most of you out there have been asking me, calling me, what is next, what is the update. But most importantly, most of you that have been benefiting from our videos and our education have been asking us, what is next? What is Semanhyia farm doing? I know you've sold most of your goats. What are you going to be talking about? We are waiting. What are you doing next? And therefore, in this video, we have made a decision, and I want to share that decision with you guys. It's been 3 weeks since that meeting. We have still not heard from Nananum yet, so we are waiting. But in the course of waiting, I want to share with you what we are doing here in farming in Africa next. Before I share that with you, I want us to take a step back, because I think when this news broke, people have different ideas and perception about who I am, what farming in Africa is, what Semanhyia farm is. So I want to take an opportunity to really give you guys a clear understanding on what our vision is, what are we trying to do, right? Which will feed into the reason why we've taken the step that we've taken. So as you all know, our beginning was very humble, where we were trying so many things, starting from cattle farming to, poultry farm, to even tempting pig farm, into finally settling at goat farm, where in the goat farming we were experimenting with the exotic breeds, with the local breeds, and at some point even wanted to be the biggest goat farm. I think our vision and journey has revolved over time, just like any business. If you look at some of the biggest companies in the world, they even started by doing something very small. The Amazon we know was a bookshop, right? So many different companies that I don't even want to go into there, like PayPal, Tesla, all those things. That's what visionaries do. It starts from somewhere and we build them. And that has been our journey till now. If you have observed us from the past few maybe months, our focus has been on experimenting and education, right? We had a vision of building the biggest pen, having the biggest commercial farm, in the goal of supporting and feeding our country. I think we came to the realization that no matter how big our farms are, we might not be able to feed the country ourselves. But to step back and use our knowledge and experience, sharing that with other farmers like yourself, together we can all grow together and be able to end the food security, reduce the price of meat by introducing good, innovative ways, right? And that is where we have got into. And therefore, last year we made a tough decision here to actually spread ourselves. Our Semanhyia farm in Sasi was always going to be the genesis of where everything started, where the experiment actually started from. But it was, even though it was the beginning, it was never the end. We had plans, and our plans was to get closer to you. You in the Ashanti region, you in the northern region, and you in the southern part of Ghana, and even beyond Ghana to Nigeria, Uganda, South Africa, and so on. Let me chip in this. I was very surprised when I was in South Africa to learn the amount of funds that we have. You know, when we post a video, about 27% is coming from South Africa. Why? Because the gap between the commercial farming in South Africa and the small scale farmers is huge, and there is no linkage. It's very small. So in West Africa, where we are able to do small scale, they are looking up to us to say, hey, if these guys have 2 plots and they're doing it, if I have 2 plots in South Africa, I could do it too. Because everything in South Africa, from my experience, is commercial, right? So that means that there is this gap that we wanted to fill. We started from our hometown in Berekum, but it was never the end. And therefore, last year we actually took the step of purchasing land across Ghana, where we did in Tamale in the northern region, we did in the southern belt, and we did in the middle belt, in order for us to now take our innovation and scale it across the country, so that if you're a farmer in Kumasi or in the Ashanti region and you're inspired by what we are doing and therefore wants to come and learn, you don't have to travel all the way to Berekum. You can go to your community and be able to have access to a modern farm, a new technology, an innovative ground where you can learn. If you're a student and you want to learn or do an internship with a farm, you don't have to leave your region or community. You can just come somewhere closer. And as part of this, I'll share this secret with you. Last year, we actually applied for a grant as well with GIZ to actually support us in achieving this vision across the country. And that grant process is still in the pipeline, which we are hoping that in the next couple of months, we will know our stand, whether we have been awarded that grant to do that or not. So this vision is not just a small goat farm or a 250 goat farm in Snase, and that's the end of it. My vision and our mission here goes beyond just the farm that all of you have seen. And therefore, it's very important for us to understand this vision and the reason why we are taking the next move. Most of you, one of the things you've said in that in all these clouds, there is a silver line in it. And that's where my mind has been. That's the focus. Why is this happening to us? Why now? And what is the next step? And that's why I asked for time to really think about this and be able to make my next move. As you guys know, we had never decided to battle or to argue with the chiefs of the community. When this news came, we accepted it, we acknowledged it. Even with all the losses that we are counting, that wasn't what I was looking at. I was looking at peace. I was looking at, this is my community, and if this is not accepted, then I need to change my strategy in the community. So the goal has always been to move out and see what we can use our facility for next, right? But never to take Nananum to court like most of you suggested, or to go and fight for it. No, we just wanted time. If we had given that time right away, we wouldn't have sold our goats. We would still have about 250 goats. Don't forget, guys, that October was our breeding season. If you go back to our videos, you'll see that we talked about breeding. We had bred about over 150 goats in October. That means that in January, February, all these goats were going to give birth. So our numbers were going to multiply very quickly in the next few months. So who will sell those goats, right? So we had plans, but it is what it is. And therefore, we were hoping that they would give us the time we need so that we can relocate to a different place and still have the farm. That didn't seem initially to be the case, and therefore we panicked, we sold all our goats. Then this got trashing, where the regional minister came in, where the Berekum Security Council came in, where Nananum decided to now think about it and give us a feedback. But the damage had already been made in us selling our goats. Nevertheless, we are not giving up on our community. The infrastructure still exists, and we will find a better way to utilize it. The community does not like goats, and we will adhere to that and respect the rules and regulations of the community. Let me know in the comments below what you guys are thinking, but this is a decision that we have made. Therefore, with the experience that we've built in goat farming, we don't want that to go away. And therefore, we are going to move to one of the lands that we have already purchased last year in the southern part of Ghana, around the eastern region, and start a new learning and development farm right there. It is not a big land as we have. Don't forget, aside the land that we were farming on, we also had about 130 acres in Sekwa, which we were using for feed production. Right now we're moving to the eastern region where we're going to do this, but we don't have access to that size of land to be able to produce the feed and so on. So we're going to do something on a very small scale, focus on what we do best, which is education, experimenting, and changing the livestock industry. I think we are on that revolution and we are going to make it work. I think my goal is to see a local goat in Ghana weighing more than 15 kg. how do we get our small goats from 15 kg all the way into 30 kg, 40 kg, 50 kg? Because we've seen it happen. You've seen it happen in Eastern Africa, we've seen it happen in Southern Africa, and therefore West Africa needs that change as well. Not just in our goats, but in our cattle production, in our sheep production, and in our piggery. And that's why we are going to continue with the experiment we are doing and being as transparent as we can with you guys, so that you know whether we are succeeding, what are the tests that we are running, what are the experiments that we are running, so that together we can revolutionize the livestock industry. So that is the decisions that we've taken. We are going to still utilize our land in Sasi, again, with the support of our community, the chiefs and everybody there. But with goat farming, because of the intensive knowledge that and experience that we've built over the years, we will move that to the eastern region and continue the experiment that we're doing on a very small scale, and hopefully at the right time we will find a bigger land somewhere and be able to do our commercial farm there. So all of you that were giving up thinking that, you know, this is the end of Semanhyia farm, this is just the beginning of Semanhyia farm. This has pushed us to actually bring the vision of having a model farm in every region a reality. And we're going to start with the eastern region, and then hopefully the northern region next this year, and then who knows where, Ashanti region, Volta region, western region, Savannah region, upper east, upper west. We are coming, guys, and we're going to make sure that every livestock farmer has the right access to the quality breed, the better nutrition, better health plan, and the right management skills. And we are dedicated to provide every farmer that is interested in going into livestock business to make sure that you succeed, make sure that you have the knowledge you need, make sure that you have the farm input that you need in order to succeed. So this is a decision we've taken. We will be going to the eastern region to meet with the elders there to make sure that all the right things are done in terms of the taboos, the traditions that needs to be done, everything that we need to do right. We have all learned from this, and I blame myself as well for not doing that in my own community, but we won't repeat that mistake again, and we'll take you guys on that journey so that you know tomorrow when you're also going to buy a land or start a project in any community, you will follow the first step that we are taking now to ensure that the right things are done. So next week we're going to embark on that journey, and we will share that with you again. And as excited as I am for us to be given this opportunity to build something new from scratch, get your books, get your pen, get your budget ready, because together we are all going to build a farm together that is going to be a model that all of us can learn from, and the next generation can also benefit from. Thank you guys so much for all the kind words, for all the support, for all the contribution. Please go ahead, subscribe, hit the notification button so that any video that we release, whether it's about fencing, construction, modeling, everything, you guys will be notified and can come and watch, because this is a journey that we're going to go on together. And as part of going on this journey together, you guys know I don't dwell on the negativity and what I've lost. Obviously, this is very unexpected, even though we've purchased the land and we were looking at doing this in future. As I said, I had applied for grants to do this. This budget is not prepared. So if you're sitting out there and you're wondering how can you help us, please go to our website. We have a donation button there. Click on it. Whatever you can help us with, please do. It will be accepted and it will go direct into the next project that we're going to do as we bring you more updates. So we are open to that, and I hope you guys will join faith with us as we build the next modern Semanhyia L&D farm.